is it's a bigger thing, because I remember Craig showed this to me a few years back. This is a study in 2021 that I think it's Stevenson et al. Out of JAMA, and they studied who goes from acute low back pain to chronic back pain. And it turns out within the first 21 days, the number of non-evidence or guideline discordant treatments you get in the first 21 days is a driver of your likelihood of a chronic, an acute pain becoming chronic. What that means is we know like most back pain goes away within 4 to 6 weeks if you do nothing. And I don't know about you guys, but the clinicians, I know we all had to swear a Hippocratic oath. If we just tell ourselves that it's okay to do something that's like innocent, it's actually not. Because if you do something that's just for buy-in in the short term, you're actually increasing the chance to take something that has a really good prognosis into something that has a really bad prognosis that takes a life of its own and starts to become this downward spiral. And it's well-meaning. Again, it's not easy. It's not simple. But it's the reality of what happens when we start to let the inmates run the, what is it? Yeah, run the asylum. It takes a life of its own. And when that occurred to me, I just felt like I had such a big responsibility to do all the soft skills, the stuff that people don't think it really matters. But if I don't connect with the person in front of me, then my word is as good as anyone else's. And so that's what this is really about. And so these are maybe a summed up version of these things. But you know, every massage or red light therapy or adjustment, Theragun, all these quick fixes, saunas, things that are positions that if you just do this, it'll go away. We have to overcome these expectations because it's easier, it's faster. They don't have to think, they don't have to work, and everyone's offering them. And to Q's point, there's a new one that comes out every 6 months, and you just have to be able to recognize that that's what's going on. When I, shifted. I had a backward story. I was a trainer. I thought when I became a PT, I already knew how to train, so like manual therapy was gonna be my thing. And then when I became a PT, I realized that manual therapy was actually not as what I thought it was, and then I went back to training. And so I was like, okay, so exercises are better. And when I figured out that corrective exercises are actually no better than manual therapy, because they set up an expectation that just because it's active, it is a little more self-efficacy and it's a little better from that standpoint, but you run into the same problem where like there's no evidence that like having your pelvis like off or having a flat foot or whatever is the driver of pain, and that if you fix that, the pain is going to go away. And so you end up having people who, like Jenna was saying, like if just give me a program. It's like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, if I have a thing, you just fix it and then it goes away. You just give me a corrective exercise. But if you sent your clients out today, you figured out the best corrective exercise, the shiniest one of them all, the most complicated one, you gave it to them. Do you think they're going to get better in 6 months? If the answer is no, then that's not going to work.